Hey everyone, it's 6:10 in the evening on Monday the 13th of October 2025. Yesterday's video is appalling. And I have discussed it with Merv and written a post about it on the community. I should have been in bed. Moments like those are scary. Even more scary watching yourself back. But I had a really sad day yesterday. And it was mostly made sad by the fact that it was fucking Dollar Man related crap, right? And basically our neighbour, confirmed that everything I've imagined since all this bullshit took place is that he has just spread hate to anyone and everyone who will listen. And given most people recognize Merv from the shop, right? And so far have recognized that he was missing a couple months, which again, nothing to do with me. He nearly lost his fucking leg and was in hospital for a month. But anyway, this man has continued to spread lies and hate about me from the very start. This was all confirmed yesterday, to the point where I actually said, I knew this was happening because I can feel it. When I say to you that I can feel the frequencies, the energy, when I can feel when I am surrounded by or there's someone in the vicinity, I can feel it. A lot of the time, it doesn't even have to be in the vicinity. I know when I am feeling something and what's happening. Every time we seen that man, immediately after he would leave, I would tell Merv, that man doesn't like me. My anxiety is through the roof. I was brand new and loving life. And at this point, making friends easily, because I was still trying to deal with living at the farm. I've just remembered the one thing I forgot to do before picking up my camera was to check my fucking teeth. And since we all know my teeth are fucked, it is something I try to check beforehand. I feel I don't even know what to say. I didn't have my Vivance this morning, which really confused me, because why it confused me, I don't know, because I was filling the damn boxes yesterday, and I've said that moving forward, I'm not going to put the ADHD medication in my Sunday meds, right? That way we can just continue doing everything as normal. And the ADHD pills just won't be there, right? So I'm going to have to say on a side note here, for the love of God, man, I have been trying to figure out how I kept my pills when I lived in Melbourne the first time, because I definitely don't recall ever keeping them in the fridge at my house. But they all melted like the first week I was up here in Queensland, and I realised that the only choice I sort of had at that point was to put them in the fridge. But for the life of me, I don't remember how I had them the first time. I'm losing memory, just like yesterday. Merv and I were having a conversation, apparently, yeah? And I remember I said the specific word, and then the word that was next to it, right? And in my time continuity, there wasn't a gap, right? This conversation word flowed into that word, and we continued talking, right? The only problem was that wasn't how it went for him. So try to imagine, this is how I think I'm trying to get my head around it. We talked up into the word I do remember, and then we continued talking for like 5 more minutes until the word I remember again, and kept talking. It's just that obviously by the time I don't know how to explain it, eh? Like, there wasn't a gap for me, right? And yet I had, and still have, absolutely no fucking recollection of what was said in the part that is gone, right? And it's highly fucking confusing, very frustrating all round for both of us. Causing my anxiety to just continue to increase, because like I don't have enough fucking seriously shit going on, right? Oh, and I think I was trying to finish the story about this whole fucking dollar man situation. I don't even know what I've said. It's just that it's all come back up, and it's like, all I've said to Merv in regards to it is, please just let me know if and when he contacts you, solely for the sake of my mental health, right? Like, when someone has had hate spread about them to the level I have, for reasons that just are incorrect, factually, every other which way incorrect, and not having anybody stand up for me is taken everything out of me. Merv continuously says, you know that I know that what they think isn't real. I live with you. And I'm like, I do obviously know this, but none of them know this. Like, how they can't figure it out, that we're obviously good friends and great housemates, whatever. But Yesterday we had it confirmed to our faces that he in fact has 100% been the person spreading gossip, hate, and vile things about me to literally anyone and everyone who will listen. Because Merv used to be there so often, keeping in mind everybody that hates me thinks Merv was getting paid, and he wasn't. Everyone is blaming me that he's not there when he said to him over and over again, I cannot walk due to my leg. Like, once I'm given the okay, we will discuss, you know? But, like, none of what he's saying is real. He's taking words completely out of context and just making things up left, right, and centre. And my neighbour tells me to just let it go. And it's like, I've been doing a fairly good job of letting it go, considering there's one person in this extremely close-knit town. You all know that's what I said when I got here, how much I loved this place, and I loved it. I truly thought where I am now is where I would be for a very, very long time. Yeah? But it was instant. But the only thing causing me the sadness that I feel now, because I'm over dollar man, like, he can jump off of. I want absolutely nothing to do with the man, ever. But it still hurts having it confirmed finally by your neighbour that the reason, and I said this, I said I joined so many clubs and groups and reached out, and everybody knew I was new. I said, and I had not one single person ever reach out to me or to get to know me, get coffee. I said, I've assumed it's because of the hatred being spread about me. Nobody wants to give me a chance or get to know me, because this guy has been steady in this town for years and years, and like, he's telling everybody that I owe him money for the tarps when we came to Melbourne. I had nothing to do with that. Literally never mentioned the word tarp to him. Merv and he worked it all out themselves, right? All of it. Keeping in mind, Merv was working 5 to 7 days, right? A week. Constantly, week after week. For free. For literally nothing. The dude that owned the shop didn't even have the decency to provide what any level of employment is supposed to have. A jug, some tea and coffee supplies, a fridge, and a microwave. The most simplest things in the world. And I pointed them out to Merv. The shop was directly across from a Woolworths. Multiple times I said to Merv, hang a sign on the door saying back in 10 minutes and go and get the food, right? And he would never, ever, ever do that, yeah? In case in those 10 minutes he lost a client. And so he stayed rooted to that shop for this man, right? Who has completely and utterly destroyed any chance I had of making this my home. It's destroyed, it's gone, it's over, and we're leaving. But the worst part of all of this for me, honest to God, is finding out that he has messaged Merv recently. Merv hasn't responded to any of them, and as I said to Merv, I understand that he thinks not telling me is better, because then I won't become upset and I won't feel the way I do. But he doesn't seem to be able to grasp the concept here that Dollar Man means literally nothing to me anymore, right? That man cannot fuck anything else up, alright? Because I am out of here, yeah? The movers have been booked, right? Now, for anyone who's made it to the end of this video and still doesn't know, because I cannot believe I have to spell it out for everyone, yeah? Merv and I are not in any kind of intimate relationship whatsoever. Not at all, okay? We are lucky enough to have found a perfect living arrangement for us. We both enjoy the same stuff, all right? We both get more done when we're around another person. And truth be told, my life is 1,000 times better in the long run now than it was when I was alone. And it's going to be even better once we get back to Melbourne. But the point that I am trying to make is Merv does not need to come to Melbourne with me, all right? If Merv didn't want to come, and he obviously cannot afford this house by himself, he has the option to ask the real estate agent to find someone through house, share house, put up signs himself looking for housemates, leave the property, put his stuff in storage and live in his caravan. He could tell Dollar Man that since all of this has come to a head and I'm out of here, that he should take him in. Like, my point is, yeah, I owe him nothing. And all I ever ask of Merv is to tell me the truth. Now, he doesn't have to tell me every single thing that goes on in his life. Obviously, this is a me thing, telling all of you everything that goes on in my life, all right? But if I don't, I feel like I'm going to go. I feel like I'm going to explode. Like, but he keeps lying over the most stupid fucking shit ever, right? I have asked him. No, frankly, I have told him now several times, because it has happened several times. Once when I was in Rockhampton, staying there, doing everything I can for the man because he's in hospital and he lies. And I made a fucking video outside of the accommodation I was staying at in the fucking rain, having a cigarette, trying to get it out about how it affects me when someone important to me lies. It affects me. It's never good, whether it's someone I know or don't know. Now, I am actually able to decipher when someone is lying to me. And I know when Merv does it on shit that makes no sense but isn't going to fucking affect anything bad, I'll let it go. I hate that he does it, but I'll let it go. But there is one thing that I have made it pretty clear about, considering my entire life has been destroyed up here. For all I know, the coordinator for that job could live where we do, could have been a regular, could know the guy, anything. The hate that Dollar Man has spread has gone so far that my neighbour confirmed it really wouldn't matter if I joined every single fucking group or club there was. Everybody knows who I am because everybody recognizes Merv from the store. And since half the reason we like living together is because we go out and do stuff together, it means everybody also knows who I am. I'm this despicable person who's friggin' offered weed to kids and offered to drive Star. None of this is real, obviously. Like, you know me enough to know that there is literally none of what this man's sprouting is real. But like I said, I asked the neighbour to please tell me. I said it was cruel to not tell me. As far as I'm concerned, I've been being gaslit this entire time. I told her I knew the exact day you'd been told. I knew. It was in every part of her face, her tone, her body language, everything changed. And I know this because I went straight inside and said to Merv, he's gotten to her. And the before and the after are completely different. We had dinner with her and her husband that time, and fuck, I had fun. I was so happy. This was everything I'd ever dreamed of. And yet, aside from Merv, everyone was believing this horrible, evil version of a person that doesn't exist from the man who I tried to help more than anybody else. And my neighbour won't tell me. Because she doesn't want to hurt me anymore. Meaning that whatever he's been saying is far, far worse than even I've imagined. And I feel so sad. Merv received messages from him. Several hating on me. He handed me the phone and it was open on Colin's messages. And the first thing I saw was the number they were since the last time. Like, they were all messages I hadn't seen, yeah? And I still can't believe it, because I asked several times if he'd contacted him, and he said no. That's a lie. Even when I saw it, I said to him, like, why not tell me? Like, what was that about? And he said something like, oh, you know, I didn't actually read them or open them or do whatever, and I didn't want to engage, so I just let them be. And I just looked at him, yeah, and I said, Merv, you and I use each other's phones all the time, right? We have the same fucking phone, almost identical. Mine's the Samsung S25 Ultra, and his is the Samsung S25 Plus, yeah? I see we both know what it looks like to have notifications on, especially if you've got unread text message notifications on. I was like, I have used your phone. I have seen the message app. I said, you have not had any unread notifications there at all. I said, so you obviously opened the app, or open the message. That's lie number 2. 3, obviously he read it. These are lies, people, right? I said to him, when you're actively, because I asked him to his face after this, I was like, are you lying to me? No. Are you lying to me? No. I don't know how long it was after, maybe a minute, until he agreed that yes, he was lying to me. And it's just fucked everything as far as I'm concerned, because I said to him, I am fully aware of the fact that you believe that not telling me was the easiest way to go, because if you told me, then I would have gotten upset and said something and ended up spiraling. And effectively, I think your goal was to avoid everything that is actually happening, taking place. And she said yes. And I was like, well, the only reason I'm this incredibly sad, the reason that I feel like my heart has been broken, isn't because of what Dollar Man has said, because Dollar Man is full of lies to help himself look better, alright? The reason I'm so sad is that Merv could have just chosen to tell me, which is what we had agreed on the last time he lied about me about then. And oh my God. The last time we talked about all of this, all I asked him to do was to just please keep me updated, if on no other thing than when that man sends messages, because it isn't just about you, it's about me. This is like, I'm extremely connected, everyone. You know that. Like, I've been in a broken state all day. Like, I just feel so sad. Just sad. Because if Merv had just told me at the time, we would have discussed it, and that would have been it. And like I said to him, I would have been over the moon, happy, that you just told me exactly like we discussed you would. If you just told me as soon as I came in, I would have been actually really happy and excited for him. And now I'm just heartbroken. And it's really hard to pack up a house, to be going home, to be starting a new life when you are... I know people think some lies are okay, but I am not one of them. I am not a person who thinks that they're okay. But I've been on this for half an hour, and you know what? I'm done. Like, this is what it is. Merv tells me he won't do it again, and I want to believe him, and I guess I just have to keep going with this and just really focus on the fact that when we're out of here, we're gone. They shunned me, they hated me, they got me to leave. I'm leaving. But Merv's choosing to go too, and that's all on them. I'm gonna go watch Netflix. See ya.